Hey, what's up, everybody? You are now tuned into the Geeked Up Podcast, your home for entertainment, enlightenment, while adding thought-provoking questions with a comedic twist. Join us every Monday and Friday at 10 a.m. for more content and enjoy the show.
Peace, love, and happiness to everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? You tuning in. You are now listening to Geek Up Podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's hosted by yours truly, the Inside Wolves Entertainment crew. Your home for all things sports, music, general news with a comedic twist. I'm your boy Jay Millie on the Billy on Hefe Millie. What's going on, everybody? Got my co-host. You know what they gonna do.
Come on, baby. Big, wrong, blessed, and highly favored. Never change.
Come on.
And y'all already know who it is. It's fan favorite, Juju, AJ. Welcome back.
What's up, people? What's up, people? It's Q. And let's dive into this episode, people. Let's go ahead and start it off with the NBA today.
Yes,
so you know what we're going to do, people. We got the season's progressing. We got to do the weekly check. You know, ups and downs of all the teams. So let's go ahead and start over down there in Brooklyn. Let's see what's going on with Brooklyn, man. Y'all feeling good over in Brooklyn? How y'all
Hey, man. All I can say is, you know what I'm saying, we looking pretty good, you know what I'm saying. In our last
string on a little streak.
You know what I'm saying? We've been 9-1, you know what I'm saying? We lost to the Celtics, you know what I'm saying? In reasonable fashion, but we're comfortably sitting in fourth. You know what I'm saying? As of today, we're 18-12. You know what I'm saying? Fourth in the East. You know what I'm saying? All I can say is, you know what I'm saying, like I said, Ben Simmons, he's been playing a little more aggressive, been showing a little bit
just
more
about
aggression.
to ask how's he been.
You know what I'm saying? I got my boy, what's his name? Yuta Watanabe. You know what I'm saying? Who's, I think he's still currently leading the league in 3-point percentage right now. You know what I'm saying? He's doing this thing, knocking down threes. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, look, bro, niggas said something. You know what I'm saying? When KD called out his teammates, you know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't like it. I feel like it was a wake-up call. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, you know what I'm saying, also losing to the Kings in the fashion we did a little while ago. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of reinvented a couple of niggas, you know what I'm saying, on their inner
that was
spirits,
bad.
You know what I'm saying? Their inner hoop,
that was bad.
Hoop sensation, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, like I said, man, we in a good direction right now. Like I said, we currently 9-1 in this 10-game span, but yeah, things are looking pretty good for us right now.
You know, man, I just want to say I think that's a good point. Two things with that. One, I know there's not necessarily a correlation always, but I will agree. Since that KD interview went out, them niggas started hooping. I remember Royce O'Neal came out and dropped a triple-double the first game after that shit came out.
That shit was crazy.
So niggas was definitely trying way harder when he was like, bro, what am I out here doing with these niggas? They was like, what you mean these niggas? Hold on.
Niggas, they said, let us show you. Let us show you.
These niggas. And then the second thing, shout out to Watanabe, man, just because I recently seen an article about him where he was talking about trying to change the minds and faces and hearts of the Japanese people in basketball, trying to make it known, hey, man, we can do this too, y'all.
I feel like Rui Hachimura did that. I believe he's Japanese, but
he's Japanese as well.
Shout out
Japanese
that
as well.
What we got going on?
We're not hooping though.
We gonna end it in Philly. So what you got going on in Chicago, Lee? How is
not
DeMar
a damn
and the boys?
thing? Not a damn thing. we can move anywhere y'all want to move. Zach LaVine, you've done it. I've given up. I don't even put y'all on the parlays no more. Y'all not even. I don't even put y'all on. I bet against y'all.
Parlays.
I bet against y'all.
I bet against y'all.
I know that nigga Brunson is smoking on that Caruso pack heavy.
Definitely dropped
that. Boy, that was a long fall, yo. That was a long fall.
Oh man, I can't lie, Lee. I seen the ending to that Atlanta Hawks and Chicago game, and dog, it really did look like. It looked like the Chicago did everything humanly possible to give them that game.
Everything.
That shit was crazy, man. That's when I agree with you. I ain't gonna lie. Seeing that was like, wow, this is just okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
On the greener
there's not
pastures.
even really much else to say. Just, wow.
Next season, here we come.
You think you should blow it up? You feel like it might be best to blow it up?
I'm about to say, man.
Hey, I'm with whatever at this point. Like I said,
it's on the table.
It's on the table. Look, I told there's no secret here. I'm not a Zach LaVine fan. Look, I have no problem leaving him behind. So
hate that nigga.
Wow.
Hey, man.
He
said it's on the table. Do what you got to do, Chicago. But don't do this shit again.
At least Derrick Rose got the love. You know what I'm saying? We came back, yo. You know what I'm saying? I guess you're Derrick Rose. definitely sounded like they was screaming for him to come back. Like Derrick Rose, please come back.
Like they was,
that's what it sounded like, yo.
Fiending a little bit.
Yeah,
that is hilarious. What we got over there in Philly, man? How has Philly been doing this past stretch? Brooklyn been doing okay. Chicago, I'm saying, been going through some struggles. What about Philly?
Man, we on a, you know what I'm saying? We had a 7-game homestand right now that we're in the middle of, you know what I'm saying? Currently 4-0 at home, you know what I'm saying? A big win over the, underman, because they just ain't had Curry, you know what I'm saying? And Draymond and them niggas. Warriors team got a great win over them. Went over the Lakers, you know what I'm saying? Both on primetime television. You know what I'm saying? Handle the Kings appropriately. Unlike some other, people's teams over here. Not gonna name no names, Nets. But we who else we beat? We beat some other niggas, some unworthy niggas. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm just saying we might, I ain't even gonna jinx it, but we doing well right now. We doing really well. Philly, I will see you Friday. You know what I'm saying? Your boy Heavy's gonna be in the building. They might.
Shit!
Listen. I'm not saying that it's not gonna happen, but they told me I might be ringing that bell. You know what I'm saying? That's a rare occasion when I come in. So hey, you know what I'm saying?
Check in.
Just make sure to shout out geeked up when you do it. You know what I'm saying? Right. You gotta get up there and like rip your shirt up, but I'm geeked up.
Be screaming, I'm getting kicked out on the way out. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I seen the tweet actually about Joel too. Hey man, they said that he got identical to Shaq numbers, the MVP season right now. He's putting up Shaquille numbers right now.
Yeah,
that's what the numbers are saying.
You've been hooping
league and scoring yet again for another year. And speaking of that, man, just real briefly, man, niggas has been hooping. This is the first time in a while I've seen multiple niggas averaging 30+ points in the season, like in the middle of the season at that. But definitely ahead of them. He's averaging about 33 points right now in the month of December, averaging about a little over 40. You know what I'm saying? DeMar could never. You know what I'm saying? It's looking
damn.
Really big.
32.
All things Philly, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Cheesesteaks, cream cheese, all things Philly, baby. Come on, man.
Philly's doing what Philly's got to do, man. I hope that carries on over. You know what I'm saying? Philly usually is doing pretty good, so I'm hoping that y'all keep that momentum rolling for yourselves, man.
Yes, sir.
Question about 2 all-time players. Quick one. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Feel free to express yourself freely. But I just got to know. If you were to form an all-time list, who would you place higher? Shaq or Tim Duncan?
Easily Shaq. I'll go first. Easily Shaq. Easily Shaq for me.
Okay.
Shaq is the most dominant. I'm going with the most dominant, man.
All right. Ron, what you think? Shaq. Don't it. That's
Shaq.
all right. Shaquille.
Yeah.
Shaquille. What about you, Juan?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna have to. There's no point in throwing that one up for question. It's Shaq.
Shaquille.
It's just when it comes up on both sides, it's gonna be Shaq.
Well, here's my reason for saying it. They're comparable, and I see why it's a question. And I wouldn't be mad at somebody for saying Tim Duncan, but I feel like Tim Duncan maximized his situation. He took that. He was a great fit for that team. He just great opportunity. He maximized his role on that team and did it to the utmost. And I feel like Shaq is just like individually dominant. You could have put Shaq on any team in the NBA. Exactly. Shaq is going to be a problem. And that's not saying that Tim wouldn't, but like, just
they won a championship. Different. Put him on Miami. They won a championship. You know what I'm saying?
That was another reason for me, because I was just thinking about the other situations Shaq was in, not only, drafted in Orlando, just seeing how dominant he was there, but then with the Lakers as well. And even teams we went to after that, like you said, just Miami, in addition to that, it was just Shaq was just in different scenarios, different play styles, as opposed to Tim Duncan in one play style where he was just the perfect fit and pretty much, like Lee said, maximize his role. You know what I'm saying? Shaq just did it on, like I said, different teams and stuff like that. So it was just seeing him still being dominant no matter where he was.
Would you both really more so, would all three of you more so accredit the rings that Tim Duncan has to the system there more than his individual winning intangibles, like as a player? Because that's what it sounds like, is though. It's like, well, of course he won. Look at where he was at.
I hate when we try to divide it up, because this is like the Tom Brady theory, right? Like the Bill Belichick and Tom Brady thing. And I hate when we try to divide it up. You kind of need the system doesn't work if you don't have the players that can maximize it.
Exactly.
And the players, so
That's all.
I think because you can't.
I don't want to diminish what Tim Duncan is as a player. At the same time, saying that he just fit that system. I don't really want to take away from who he is as a player because I feel like he was like an anchor of that system, as people may call it, throughout that stint that they went. So
you gotta give a lot of credit to Pop too, man. Like Pop is a hell of a coach. I mean, is he now the most winningest coach in the NBA? Is he?
I believe it.
I think that happened.
I
think that happened. I think that happened last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and he's still going, and you know what I'm saying? They not great, nothing like that. But I mean, he at least got these young cats on the Spurs team at least playing some type of basketball. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And then that's a hell of a thing. Like you got a coach that's able to really develop players like that, and I think that's where, like what Lee said, it comes to hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? You can't discredit one or the other because you gotta have a player that's willing to be coached, and you gotta have a coach that's willing to, you know what I'm saying, really develop players. So that's tough, man. That's tough. But I do think that was just a great situation for him because you got players like Tony Parker. Tony Parker is a traditional point guard. You know what I'm saying? You ask me. And then I think a lot of people really, I feel like a lot of people took Manu for granted, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you really didn't grow up watching like that era of basketball, you kind of look at Manu like he was like all Manu to do is shoot threes. Manu was a slasher too, yo. Manu was a great finisher, yo.
He was punching them bitches in.
Bro, he could have been a starter. He was hooping. They just did that for some extra pizzazz. Like that was really the shit that threw their team. Team like above other people, was having somebody like that. It's kind of like what the Lakers are doing with Russ right now, actually, on a less skilled kind of a way, but it's working the same kind of thing. Bring a nigga who can average a triple double off the bench. That's some heat right there.
Yeah.
If he's willing to fit the role, most teams won't be able to combat something like that.
It's kind of like that Jordan Poole too, like just having somebody with like a superstar talent or ability or you know what I'm saying, same area that is
in the tuck,
but and coming off the bench, you know what I'm saying, being your sixth man, bringing that explosion. It's like the same thing.
Yeah.
A lot of teams are missing that, but that definitely helps make a championship team for sure. Gotta have somebody come off the bench that can just save the day.
Sure.
But let's go ahead and talk about something else right here. Lower the lights a little, dim the lights a little bit for this one. So the Mavericks 2020 31st overall pick, Tyrell Terry, retired. Short career, 2022, man. Almost 2023. Only did it 2 years.
How old was that boy, Glenn?
That is an amazing question.
No,
actually, I'll have
do we know the age?
Pull that up. I'll see what I can find about that in a moment here. But I will say, is that it talked about experiencing the darkest times of his life and the anxiety that basketball has caused him. Spoke also about he understands that a lot of people will view him as a bust or a failure for not maximizing this opportunity. But again, that goes back to referencing that, again, he was saying that they wouldn't understand the level of anxiety that comes from doing this, the level of depression that he was experiencing from doing stuff like this. So he made a big leap and a big step in diverting from his life path that he's been on since adolescence and going and pursuing new ventures. So I wanted to talk about the darker side of these things with you guys, the behind the scenes kind of things like this with you guys, the depression, anxiety of being successful, especially at such a high level, the kind of expectations that come with you and fall on your shoulders at that point. What do you guys have any thoughts on this? Any kinds of opinions on this? Not just on him in particular, but just in general when it comes to that.
I'm gonna start real quick just because I got the man age. The boy was 22 years old, so I'm gonna say young man, 22 years old, not
right
far
up in
from
our age group.
Right now, you know what I'm saying, not far from us. You know what I'm saying, and it's something that it does not get talked about a lot. You know what I'm saying, and if you don't get to that point where you're playing sports at, I would say starting at the collegiate level, because that's when you start hearing about sports psychologists and things like that, and you have somebody that you can talk to that's on the team that you can talk to about things, because that shit is important, man. Because when you have all the weight and you come from, especially if you come from a situation where you're supposed to be deemed like the one, you know what I'm saying? Let's take LeBron for example. You know what I'm saying? If LeBron wasn't as strong-minded as a person as he was, I mean, we don't even know what type of, you know what I'm saying, mental state you would have, and the shit that he was going through, because I mean, when everything is on your shoulders, it's hard to be able to carry that weight and then still put that smile on a lot of times as well too, and act like everything is all good, because you responsible for 15, 20 people all of a sudden, and at the age of 22, at that, you know what I'm saying, he trying to figure out life himself. So it's, you know, I'm not surprised that he's feeling that way.
You know, it's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny you even say that, because like you said, you know, you mentioned maybe just 15, 20 people in the family. You got to think, even on when it comes to a caliber like a player such as himself, like those high potential draft picks for, you know what I'm saying, the NBA or NFL or anything of that matter. You know what I'm saying? When they're coming from even like their city, you know what I'm saying, and like you said, they're expected to be the one. They essentially have not only those 15, 20 people in their family that they're looking out for, but like I said, also that city that they grew up in. So whether it be schools they play for in the city, just like I said, that they're putting on for their city in addition as well. You got to think of how much social media attention is like put onto these kids now, or just, you know what I'm saying, athletes at this age coming up now. Just look at Zion when he was in high school, nigga had like millions of followers. You know what I'm saying? It just shows you just the potential in the era of social media and the effects of how things can spread, and how it also, like you said, can build peer pressure at the same time too, because like you said, it's just more than just, like I said, just your family, but you also have that city blowing you up, like, you know what I'm saying, don't forget us about this, you know what I'm saying, just little things that I feel like can build up on these guys at a very young age. So it's definitely surprising to see him retire, but it's definitely not the first time we've heard about depression, especially when it comes with basketball, that is.
Yeah, man, when you standing on top of your success like that, bro, it's really hard to, you know, people tend to not look back, especially when you're young like that, because we live in such a like, what have you done for me lately world, you know what I'm saying? People discredit the things they've done to that point. And you know, nobody really thinks about the mindset of these kids. Like, you grow up with kids, and not even if like your family's like kind of supporting you, but like just the expectations of it all. You going around everybody everywhere, and you know, people saying, "Oh, you going to the league," and da 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 da. And it becomes,
let me get this, let me get that.
It becomes your identity in a sense. And I'm saying, it's so like someone who's battled with it, like, you know what I'm saying, I went through years where I had to really find myself, but it becomes your identity in a sense. So I feel for people on a professional level, because bro, when you're done, it's like you have to find yourself. This is who you've become as a person. And especially when you tack on a feeling of like letting your loved ones down and stuff like that, it's, bro, it can send you spiraling.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you, bro, like that's some real shit. And you know, so I'm glad that people can speak to that, because, you know what I'm saying, just it's really nothing like that. It's really nothing like that.
I want to really piece together and more so shine a bigger light on a lot of things that you guys said, just more so because you guys pretty much said it all in entirety, really. And so I want to start off with the fact that perception is reality for everybody.
100%.
You try to get as objective at, well, let me rephrase that. Some people try to get as objective as they can, because some people just kind of like blatant, hard, cold truths, and that also helps you operate in the real world a lot more. But not everybody is willing to do that. So something that you guys brought up a lot was like LeBron and perception being reality from the player's perspective, and then also the way that people view professional sports, and especially those that don't like closely follow it. Nigga, when you're like that dude in your town going to the league, nigga, you are LeBron. You feel like LeBron. Your people are treating you like LeBron, even if you're not that. And then that perception gets smashed when you come to the league, and you maybe even see something like you guys talked about, peer pressure. I'm not sure who else was in his draft class that was around him, or who he knew that was really close, because I haven't followed his career. But I'm sure that probably weighed on him as well. The social media's comparison is the thief of joy. So I'm sure he saw a lot of his people around his level balling out on their teams respectively, doing their improving their games respectively, and people are kind of taking their own journey. And maybe, I don't know for a fact, but maybe he just felt like it wasn't going at the pace in the space that he would like it to go at. Something that really, really, and it may not have been needing to go that way for him. Everybody's got a different journey, you know.
Probably not.
And especially when it comes to the family thing, that's the biggest aspect that I think that really weighs, is when the expectations are on you and you don't fail, but you feel like you fell short from what the massive goals were. Even where you're at doesn't feel comfortable or good or well. Because in that short career that he's made, and I know this doesn't really mean much into the grand scheme, because I know money doesn't buy happiness, but they said it on the post that I was reading. He made 3.5 million, I believe, in his 2-year career. That's cool. That's a good little starting point. You can go ahead and invest in some things,
That's
and
a lot more than a lot of
can
people
move.
say.
You can move and shake seriously with that one. Like, you can go ahead and put yourself in position to do something really positive for yourself, or really go out there and, like Lee said, take this time to go find yourself on the highest degree. You won't be struggling for money. You can really focus on yourself fully during this time.
Self.
So I'm really hoping that this journey goes well for him. But I also want people to take into consideration and just try and be a little more empathetic for people in these situations. Because like I said, perception is reality. Everybody coming up to you and treating you like LeBron, you're going to feel like you're LeBron. And then when you get to the league and realize you're not LeBron, that's just going to hurt.
Yeah. And Michael Jackson, man. Probably, most people probably say the most famous person ever in the world. Ever. You know what I'm saying? It's a known fact. He loved wearing sunglasses so people could never see his eyes, so they could never see exactly how sad he was on the inside, really, because he thought that people would be looking into his soul if you look into the eyes. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people like that out there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like that out there, because like you said, it's just, it gets to a point where you start to lose yourself, because you know the reason that you fell in love with X, Y, and Z is not there anymore. And now it's more so centered around, okay, I got to do this to be able to maintain this, that, and the third. So people start to be like, you know, oh, you got money, you fine, don't worry, you go buy you this, that, and the third. That don't, not everybody feel that way. Not everybody,
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
More extreme than that. More extreme than that, bro. People, the dedication it takes to reach that level, even like a D1 collegiate level, bro. You never found yourself. It's not about losing yourself. You literally never found yourself.
Committed
You dedicated
entirely
so much. You've dedicated so much of yourself to this goal and like dream of yours that when you lose it, you are a blank slate. You don't know how to progress.
Yo, that's how I felt, man. I lost, I tore my hamstring. I felt that same shit, yo. I was like, man, everything I knew was on that, was on that track, man. Like everything I knew. And then it's like, and everything I had for myself was supposed to be revolved around that. Exactly. I had all, and it was like, it wasn't even like it wasn't obtainable. It was right there, but then it breaks like that. And sometimes you start to regret, or not regret, but you start to understand that you took advantage of some good opportunities that you had to put yourself in different positions as well too. That's why people always say you gotta have multiple, commonly multiple streams of income to be able to have X, Y, and Z. You gotta do that same thing when you have those type of opportunities. So I tell a lot of them kids, make sure you still getting your education when you in those positions to get that full ride and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens when you do, tear your shit, you start to feel like you don't want to do this anymore. You have something to fall back on. You know what I'm saying? So
I think that this heavily as well correlates with the social media thing, and a lot of the people nowadays have issues with this, and especially the managing expectations, because I think that what you guys spoke about right there is something that I don't even think people, like, especially at that age, I don't even know, like, in reference to what you said, Jay, but I don't even know if people around that age when that happened to you would even consider, damn, you can fall out the race just like this. Like, literally, like, you can do everything right and still get knocked out the shit. And it's like, damn, like, you really got to do everything right. And it's got to be like super on point, you got to know the right people, all this stuff just to get to that point. That's crazy.
I tell you this,
can do everything right, be on the right track and still get hurt. And it's like, damn.
For somebody that really don't know how somebody feeling on the inside, it probably can look a little confusing. If we out every single night at the club, you got hoes around you, you throwing money and shit like that, nigga probably do think you might look a little heavy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, we at Magic every night. You know what I'm saying? I can't see your eyes, so I don't know what's going on. It might look like you actually heavy, but nah, for real, you got that's how you make sure you check up on your niggas, yo. Check up on your family. Check on people around you, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to DJ Twitch. He just died too, you know what I'm saying? Mental illness, yo, it's real. It's real.
It seems like a real light soul, speaking of him too. So That's yeah. We're gonna go ahead and end the NBA topic on a more lighter note, though. Actually, I wanted to exactly what you just said there. Jamie, want to talk about checking up on people. Want to show some love to any teams aside from yours, any players aside from your favorite players that are doing their damn thing right now in the league. Like you said, there's a lot of niggas hooping right now.
Man, sheesh.
And anybody got
Man, all I gotta say,
or any teams they want to
all
shout
I gotta
out?
say is, them damn Magic, man, them putting Bobo in that position, you know what I'm saying, it's been amazing, you know what I'm saying, just seeing the crazy, freakish, straight outlandish ass, you know what I'm saying, just wild shit that the nigga doing on the court, you know what I'm saying, just seeing these clips, highlights, and it's just like, bruh, he's doing all this being 7'2".
He look like Jack Skellington out there.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Granted, everybody, we talking about the upcoming draft class with Victor Wembanyama. I want to say that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah,
but it's like Bobo is showing you that, like, nigga, I've been here. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely saw like his highlights and stuff when he was in high school, and then when he was in Oregon before he got hurt and stuff like that.
Yo, he was a
but just seeing him now and just seeing how, you know, because he had those little spurts, those little outbursts when he was with the Nuggets, whenever he did get minutes. But you know, I guess they just never was able to really find a good rotation. But with Orlando, with this young core that they got going on, you know what I'm saying, them, and like I said, also the Rockets as well. That's another team. But back to Orlando, just like I said, that young core, they're really using that team, just saying, go out there, figure that shit out. Because that's exactly what it looked like. Niggas just a bunch of young
that sounds terrible.
Niggas hooping, go out there and figuring this shit out. Like, that's for real what it looked like. But it's fun to watch. You know what I'm saying? They gonna make
sound like what's going on in Chicago.
Even the games they've been playing, they've been making it a little competitive. So, but shout out to Orlando.
Hey man, I want to send some quick love to Desmond Bain, man, leaving his impact on my Memphis, bro. My cousin played with him at TCU.
Okay.
And you know, I asked him about him, said he's a pretty chill dude. So it's cool to see somebody like that. You know, my cousin talks about him. So
that's what's up.
Desmond Bain.
That's what's up. Texas Christian, right? Texas Christian University. It's a good school. Great school. Feel me? I ain't gonna lie to you, y'all. Listen, yo, because you know, y'all be hating sometimes, yo. But I do want to give some love to, you know, not to the Brooklyn Nets, but to my Doug Kyrie, man. Fuck you. To my Doug Kyrie, yo. You've really been hooping, game winner against the fucking Raptors. You know what I'm saying?
That was a cold,
ice cold.
Snatch
that was
that
ice cold. You know me. If you know Hefe, Kyrie is my favorite player. Oh yeah, he had Van Vliet. Yo, Van Vliet
was getting buckets, right? He was hooping though.
Listen, man,
giving them right back.
Van Vliet.
That nigga had that daughter.
Yeah, listen.
Oh yeah, that one final, that one playoff run, he had that daughter. Ain't looked back since.
Look, she. Nah, listen, man. He ain't been hooping like that this year, man.
It's different, man. He done had to transition into a different role for him, really like leading that ship. So
yeah, that's what happens when you're not a role player no more. Yeah, you gotta try to do some shit for once. You know what I'm saying? But
you get some more leeway, be a little creative out there.
Yeah, it's funny because I feel the exact same way about that nigga Eric Gordon on the Rockets. Just an older vet, just out there, just pulling threes.
He's been consistent, bro. He's been in the league for a minute, boy. Eric Gordon
pulling threes from the hash and from half court for all his career.
Bro, he was doing this for a minute.
Just come to Philly.
And speaking of the OGs, I know y'all seen Udonis Haslem get the start.
I'm dead, bro, because that was one of the two people I was going to shout out. I was going to shout out Udonis for getting that starting position again. The oldest starter. Hey, they said add Jalen Green and one of the other Rockets players' ages up, and they still not as old as Udonis.
He said Jalen Green, Jabari Smith.
They said put their height, put their age together, and they still not as old as that nigga.
It's crazy because he really be out there. Like, he really be out there. Like I'm like, damn. But I mean, I understand.
It's old ass.
You was talking about
I take it back because I feel like this is the exact same way how I felt about what's that nigga Jared Dudley when he was hooping. Like why are you out there for?
Jared Dudley, that
Niggas
nigga
out
did
there
not
for
need to be out
exactly.
there. He wasn't.
Bro, it's the OGs that I'm assuming, man. It's the motivation in the locker room. It's a pillar of the community. And then when he's on the court, he's got like two reliable things that he can do. It's like, all right, like you said, Eric Gordon been pulling threes from the hash his whole career. Udonis been hitting that mid range his whole career. Boy. He been at that free throw line knocking them joints down. Back when LeBron was over there.
Talk to him, Dad. Talk to him, Dad. Yo,
the other person I wanted to shout out because we talked about the young man that was handling anxiety and depression that came with this, and it's actually is taking him on another journey. I'll talk about somebody that's handling it, and it's actually right now thriving, I suppose. Not the depression and anxiety, but definitely the anxiety. Zion Williamson, that nigga is living up to what they were expecting. He came into the league hot, came in well. They were a little worried about the weight, the injury history. He did slim down, just like they was asking, and he came back and did even more than he did when he came in the league. Like 20-something and 8. Now niggas damn near 30. Like really going crazy. Like shout out Zion. He's doing what he's got to do. He's got to do. So let's go ahead and slide. Udonis, UD.
I seen that nigga. That nigga's probably getting Gatorade put into an IV tube at the halftime, bro. Like that old ass nigga.
They had a picture for him in the Miami Heat promo. You know they usually have like a basketball related pic. It's just nothing. So the picture nigga standing in the camera with gray hairs like this.
Into that ARP picture, yeah. Oh god,
bro, he skipped that day, man.
Q, before you close it out, man, one more honorable mention, bro. I can't believe it.
Go right ahead.
The vet, you know what I'm saying, that I looked up as like a kind of like a why did you pick that up? Was Dallas with Kemba Walker, man. Shout out to Kemba, bro. He dropped like 35 or something like that. Something crazy.
Okay.
You know
in the G League?
No, on the Mavericks. You know what I'm saying? Playing for Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
That's when he was in the G League. No, they say he was in the G League for a minute. They say he went to the G League team for a second.
Kemba Walker?
Yeah, for a second.
He was no, he just
they say he was I seen in the picture, with the G League teams, he was really in there with them niggas coaching it up. Yeah. I mean, he had a little Jordan 10s on, he was in there.
I guess he's back then.
Yeah. I mean, hey, shout out to Kemba, man.
As well,
hey, man,
because man, that's a name. That's another name.
Unfortunately, he's a victim of the curse of the little man in the league, man. Like nobody ever questions. They're always elite. He's an elite scorer. Nobody's ever questioned that. It's sad because you're just physically incapable of playing the defense required to keep you in a stable position in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Especially since offense wanes every so often. You know what I'm saying? Not every year you're going to be the most volatile offensive weapon, i.e. Isaiah Thomas. That nigga when his offense went, when his offense went, that nigga went. And his offense probably ain't even gone. It's just not as explosive to overcome his height.
It's crazy that you even mentioned Isaiah Thomas because as soon as you said it, I thought about it and it was like, wow, niggas was really saying like he was like a potential MVP candidate because of how he was scoring that year.
He was going crazy like, that 1 year.
Damn, like that nigga was balling that year at that size. It's crazy.
You doing this thing?
Yeah, same. We're going to go ahead and take this over to the courtroom, people, because right now, to end the year of 2022, apparently we got OJ level cases right now. And I mean that in comparison to notoriety, not the actual meanings of the case. Because the level of notoriety that these cases have got, I seen a tweet that said these cases got the genders beefing like the whites and blacks with OJ. Like they got niggas really going at it right now.
They do, man.
So let's start off with the first court case. Pull up these files here. Gunna has been released. YSL's Gunna.
Come on, clap it up for Gunna being released from fucking prison. You know what I'm saying? Fulton County, Fulton County, nigga, that's a real jail, my nigga.
So let me go ahead and see what we got. Gunna was sentenced to 5 years with 1 served in prison. The 1 year sentence was commuted to time served. The 4 years remaining on the sentence has been suspended and will be subject to special conditions, including 500 hours of community service. I also like to read this statement from Gunna, Sergio Kitchen's press statement. When I became affiliated, and I quote, when I became affiliated with YSL in 2016, I did not consider it a gang, more like a group of people from Metro Atlanta who had common interests and artistic aspirations. My focus of YSL was entertainment, rap artists who wrote and performed music that exaggerated and quotes on this, glorified urban life in the black community. While I have agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear that I have, in all caps, not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify or be a witness for or against any party in the case, and have absolutely no intention of being involved in the trial process in any way. And I will end that there.
Hey man.
And that statement was made by Gunna's people?
This is a statement from Gunna. Yes, indeed.
From Gunna.
That's what I will say, man. A lot of people out there, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We know the rumors. We hear it, you know what I'm saying? Niggas out here, oh, Gunna snitched. Oh, listen.
There is a video about this one real quick before you go, Javen.
I saw the video.
Yeah, I just want to reference it for the people. The video was of Gunna in the courtroom, and the judge was asking him some questions in which he responded, "Yes, ma'am," to. And one of them was asking if the YSL was a gang. Yes, ma'am.
Listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cause all I'm saying was, it's fucked up, because it's the way that they frame those questions. They're asking two questions within a question. They ask, because not only did they ask, was YSL a gang, then they asked, was it in like a music label and a gang or some shit like that. And you gotta, he has to say yes, because what he's trying to do is he is trying to prove his innocence. He did think that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna get too deep into it, but the way that they frame those questions is really fucked up, because they know what they're trying to do. And one thing I will say is that, like, Gunna, I think a lot of people misguided on how close Gunna and Thug are, yo. Like, Gunna and Thug are really like that. Like, Thug be treating Gunna like that's his like little brother type shit. So I wholeheartedly believe that Thug was just like, all right, yo, like, I got some niggas in here that's really in here that's not supposed to be in here right now. Go ahead, take this plea deal. And because I know what's really about to happen in this trial, and we about to get down, and you see that he had some success in his trial recently. So just stop. You gotta stop saying he's snitching, man. You fucking with niggas' lives by doing that shit, yo. You know what I'm saying?
That is a dangerous accusation to throw
on. It's
dangerous.
Yeah, man. There's definitely that's definitely the theory I believe or subscribe to. I think there's a deeper play at hand here. Obviously we know how close Gunna and Thug are, and we know how close their legal teams work with each other. I think if Gunna said anything, it was okayed by one, himself, his legal team, and Thug. Yeah. I feel like, and I think there was also some information that came out. I think Thug's team believe they're going to get him out. Yeah. I think there's some information they have that they said they believe is going to get Thug out.
They told him they can't use that evidence from 2015, the raid that they did. Yeah, they said everything that was seized they cannot use. So.
Yeah, so just I believe he said they know what they're doing, and I think people are people
jump to
the conclusion. So
yeah,
okay. Seems like sex may be out on the streets pretty soon. Okay, what you think, Juan?
It's funny you say that because
that nigga's name was Sex.
It sure is. I was talking about
odd individual
Gunna. I was just thinking about the video. You know what I'm saying? It's a nigga throwing cheese at the man MEG. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like he a rat. Like it's just crazy. Like slices of Kraft cheese like in front of the man part MEG. Like I'm just like, yo. Like I thought that's the video I was talking about. It wasn't. But that's like whenever y'all get the chance, just look it up.
That's a weird. That's a weird shit, bro.
It's funny you bring that. I made a YouTube video about that goofy ass shit. That's really funny.
Go check that out, yo. Go check that out. Go check that out.
Go ahead, check
not
that
only
out.
about that video, but just the thing with that case. I feel like that is like the biggest thing here about this though, because like you see all the YSL members, you know what I'm saying, taking plea deals. Like everybody's taking plea deals. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this, of course, in a sense, is Thug saying like, you know what I'm saying, pretty much like you guys said, like I got some niggas that's not supposed to be in here that you know what I'm saying, like I got to do right by my people. So I feel like this is him sticking his head out for his people. But like you said, like you said, at the same time, you know what I'm saying, his case and his courtroom, they've been looking pretty good. Like they've been making some pretty good stands on a couple of things getting tossed out and stuff like that. So as far as how their case is looking, they, like you said, they believe they can get him out at the worst case scenario. You know what I'm saying, that they throw everything on him. You know what I'm saying, he's still making sure that his people is good and his people is straight, which I feel like by his, you know what I'm saying, by his standards, that's like, you know what I'm saying, that's the right thing to do. That's taking care of your people and stuff like that. So but, I mean, that's just what I think about it.
Yeah.
Oh, do y'all? I mean, obviously, none of us actually know, but do y'all really think Thug will be getting free? Like, do you actually believe that, or you just like, hey, they said it, so let's see what happens?
When I found out that they had information that was illegally obtained, a lot of times, I ain't no damn lawyer or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying?
No,
but
of course not. It's all feelings, no facts. All feelings, no facts.
Ain't no law guru or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? But I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like usually when stuff like that happens, a lot of times that's when like the other side is just kind of looked at as like, all right, well, nigga, everything that you have now is just kind of mute. Like at this point, like you illegally got this information, nigga. That you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So now we got to pretty much, and it's kind of give the other chance, the other side of a point where they have to start at ground zero again, kind of a little bit. And that's why they were saying that whole situation where they throwing out that evidence, that is big, because I think that evidence was like what was really causing that RICO case in the first place. I think that was like their prime basis of it. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's out, you know what I'm saying, in the next like month or two.
Okay. I personally think, I personally imagine with this getting as big as it's gotten to, and something that a lot of people have said just over the years, not even in particular with this case, but just over the years, the law does not really like being made a fool of, bro. They don't really be jacking niggas like coming in there and like moonwalking out like, fuck y'all. Like he's gonna have to sit down for a little something, I'd imagine. That's my personal feelings. It's gotten too big for him to just, well, our bad, Thug, and just send him on his way. I think that he's going to sit down for at least probably 1 to 3 year range. 1 to 5 year range, somewhere in there. Actually, I'm bumping up 2 more because it's gotten pretty big. Just because he's got to do something. Because it's kind of like what, if y'all seen the Denzel clip, I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something. It's kind of the law is the same way. We ain't take all this time, do all this trial shit. Nigga, you ain't leaving with a couple months. No, you need to do something. And so that's that with that one. Also, if for anybody who's listened to Gunna's music more extensively than myself, I never took him really as a gangbanger. I don't think that he's a street nigga in that sense anyway. So, okay. Cool. That's just a pretty
high fashion.
It was more like high fashion, you know what I'm saying? Heavy details, heavy jewelry, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so everybody's pretty much got the same kind of perception of him, which is what he puts out too. Okay.
A high fashion nigga that can't dress.
No comment.
A high fashion nigga that can't dress.
So, wow. Yeah, that's
you know what's funny? Now that you say that, I'm actually curious. If a nigga, because this actually happened to Gunna. If a nigga takes an outfit you wear and uses it as a Halloween costume, is that an insult or a compliment?
Hey,
I genuinely gotta know. Is that an insult or a compliment?
Yo, listen, yo. It is a fucking insult, because it's an insult because of what he wore, yo. That shit was terrible. I ain't gonna lie to you. That little that shit had him looking like Patrick in a SpongeBob movie with the high boots, yo. That shit was terrible. That was bad. That was bad. But come on, yo. You know that, that's misunderstood, bro. That's what it is.
That's not like when you know what I'm saying, niggas wear the Thriller costume. It's not the same thing.
That's what I'm trying to ask. Is it an insult or is it an insult?
It was a costume. He wore that in a music video about ghosts and ghouls and werewolves.
Right.
It's up for grabs. Don't do that. So just like shit out. Like
niggas saying Thriller was the theme.
Okay, so I'm getting the gist that it's an insult if a nigga take your serious fit and be like, yeah, let me go ahead and rock this on October 31st.
Because niggas is pretty much saying you a scary ass nigga, bro. Like that's like,
bro, niggas calling your shit a costume, boy. Jeez.
I'm saying, bro, like nah.
That's hilarious, man. Shout out Gunna, and we're gonna see how this case unfolds.
Free watch
now. For the second one, this one's a lot more messy. This one's a lot more messy because there's so much information that's going from he said, she say to facts of the case to lies to people not being there to so I'm gonna just kind of roughly try to cover over as much as I can with this without deep diving to take too long here for this explanation. We're gonna start from the beginning of this story, speed run it to the end, and then I'm gonna talk about some of the things that they said within the case. Speed running it from the beginning to the end. Kylie, Meg Thee Stallion and her friend pull up on Kylie Jenner's party. Eventually, Tory shows up at the party. Tory has been having relations with Meg and her friend, unbeknownst to both of them. And then he pulls up to this event to then press down on Kylie Jenner. So that nigga was moving crazy. That's a bold man right there.
Ass nigga.
That's a bold man. I don't care what kind of status you have. That's crazy. That's crazy to be moving
must have
like
had
that.
the platforms on that night, Quinn. I'm saying he was feeling tall, my nigga. Like,
he walked in there.
Yeah, nigga had the press shoes on.
Like that's insane logic just to even start off with. Like, wow, okay. Because so moving forward from that, Meg, you know what I'm saying, gets drunk, trying to go. I suppose Tory's like, nah, I'm good. Kylie's like, y'all gotta get the fuck on out of here, bro. They leave without Tory at first. Then Meg convinces them to go back because she forgot something. Then she comes back out with Tory. Tory, and her friend all leave, along with the bodyguard too. Somewhere down the road, some conversation happens. Tory exposes the fact that he's been hooking up with the both of them, and not only that, but that this has been, that Meg has done this to you with other fellas in the past as well. Not really sure what happened after that, but apparently Meg gets out the car. Tory shoots from the car, according to the story here. Talking about some dance, bitch. After being told that he's a sucky artist, he was insulted on his music career. My bad. Not sure what he was told exactly, but he was insulted about his music career, which then led to him shooting at Meg's feet, supposedly, and saying, "Dance, bitch." Some shrapnel hit her feet. They all got back up in the whip, left, and so on and so forth. Now we're going to go ahead and fast forward past a lot of the other bullshit in between, get to the trial, and talk about the things that they said at the trial and things that have been happening. One of the things that has been the case, I said it earlier in the story, people did confirm that Meg is sleeping with Tory, although she said otherwise during her Gayle King interview. Is that necessarily important to the story? I'll leave that up to you to decide, but it was a lie on national TV nonetheless. We move forward from there. Meg's bodyguard is of the most recent update that I saw of it did not show up when he was supposed to show up for the trial. They were supposed to have him up there to be questioned, and this man just kind of went MIA apparently during that one report I've seen. There's also female DNA, I believe they said, on the gun as well.
And the bullets.
Tory also does not have, I believe, the most gunshot residue on him, as if there's some on pretty much roughly everybody, because gunfire from the car, but there's not the primary amount, a prominent amount on Tory in this instance. And then there is an eyewitness as well that has not been brought to the stand just yet, but it is somebody who lived right across the street, pretty much seeing the whole thing, talked about seeing two women outside the car fighting, and also saw a woman near, I say emphasize near, not with, but near a gun. So these are some of the facts of the case that have come out. Some he say, she said beforehand, roughly cover the story.
Listen, man.
Thoughts, opinions.
I'm gonna make this quick, man. All I can say is, you know what I'm saying, just I already said like last time, you know what I'm saying, may the best liar win. But in certain situations, you also got to look at the lie, you know what I'm saying? Because if you lie about small shit, you know what I'm saying? If a person lies about something small, you know what I'm saying? I've always been told that they'll lie about anything, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to lie about giving a nigga some cheeks, you know what I'm saying? You can lie about anything, you know what I'm saying? Who knows what else is a little untruthful in that story, you know what I'm saying? If you gave up, you know what I'm saying?
I forgot this nigga is.
You gotta be truthful.
Oh my God,
you know what I'm saying? Just when it comes to Megan's story, it's just
you are not gonna meet that bitch, yo. Stop it.
It ain't looking that good, man.
It's
not looking that good, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's interesting, case, I don't know.
My biggest problem with Meg isn't that she. When I heard everything, especially Kelsey's testimony, My biggest problem isn't her being a liar. You know, people lie. You know what I'm saying? Men lie, women lie. My biggest problem with Meg is that she's a hater. She's a hater and a cockblock, bro. Not only did she saw Tory wasn't your nigga. You saw Tory about to bust down them cheeks. You left. It was mad he didn't come running after you. Went up in there and grabbed him by his collar and dragged him out. Like nigga, let him do it. You was gone. Tory had to play locked in, and she went back and pulled him away.
She said, "I forgot my slipper." I forgot my slipper.
You know exactly what that looked like. You know when you pull a damn pit bull by the extra skin on the back of their neck. That's how she was trying to muscle that nigga out of there. Like nigga out of there. On, nigga.
Like no. Tory didn't kick us out. Kylie didn't kick us out. Kylie kicked you out, nigga. Yeah. I'm still in this crib.
It's also one more thing, bro, that I just thought was so funny, bro. I don't know if y'all heard it, but you know what I'm saying. Kelsey is the supposed friend, you know what I'm saying? She got a diss track, bro. The shit, you know what I'm saying? This shit
she has a diss track. I heard
this shit was definitely interesting, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We might need to
she had some subtle bars in there. I said, damn, she got some shit to get off her chest.
Hey man, what? She got a diss track. That's so random. What the
comedy?
Yo,
do your label know who really shot you? Hey, right. She was talking crazy.
She was like, you ain't support your best friend. You
she did not.
Best friend, all types of shit, bro.
She put the Biggie Who Shot Your beat on there, yo.
Hey, bro.
It was the Biggie who shot. You stop playing.
I'm just saying, bro.
Separate the horse from the shoulder. Stop it, yo.
I'm telling y'all right now, today, December 18th. You know what I'm saying? 2022. I'm telling y'all right now, in like 3 years, this Tory and Megan Netflix docuseries is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
They're gonna have actors in the pool party.
It's going to be crazy,
like
bro.
It's first 48.
When they leaked the videos from inside Kylie house of that night.
Right. The Snapchat memories that niggas ain't want to put out all back then. The stuff that they sent to their friends but didn't post social, like girl Tory pressing down from a different angle when they was in the pool. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be good right there. I cannot deny that.
Netflix already trying to get the
they already like.
I want to say this right before you go, Jay, just because I think what Juan said was very true, and I think that is the point that's like really lost here, because I see a lot of people talk about social media on this, and I can agree with this point actually. Who she's had sex with actually does not hold very much relevancy to if she was shot or not and who shot her. I can understand like that. The case is not who did she have sex with. I do agree with that, but it's more so about what Juan said, and that's the thing that I think people are just almost being willfully ignorant of, which is it's not that she did that. It's the principle that you dead lied on national TV. And then not only lied on national TV, the rest of this case, now that we've seen you do something like that, now we're going to have to second guess everything that you say. And it's not because you're a woman. It's because you dead ass just lied to niggas online.
It shows how much people know about the legal system, because bro, like that's like rule number one law game. Like ruin the other person's credibility. They're working to tear down her credibility. Yeah. You can't believe it. If she'll lie about this, how are we like, bro? And she doesn't remember anything from the night. They're working to discredit her.
Yeah, and that's really their only job. Like nigga said, it's mostly just to cause confusion and, like you said, doubt.
They do it.
You don't have to prove. You really don't got to prove much of anything. You just got to make it seem like, hey, there could be more to this story. Just saying, and then hit niggas with the, I'm just saying, there could be more to this. Here's some evidence, and then carry on.
Yeah, now they know what they're doing, man.
This is true. What you think? What you think? Hey.
The case is just weird, y'all. It just made me realize how weird people are as individuals. Like, fuck all that celebrity shit. Like, there's a group of individual people. I mean, that shit is just weird, y'all. Like even if it was like on some true shit, like so say like Tory actually did it, yo. Like, you really told a bitch dance, because she said you can't rap, nigga. Like, what? Man, that is
that's deranged.
Yo, that's
deranged.
I heard that shit. I was like, yo, don't nobody do that, yo. Nobody says no shit like that, yo.
Like, that's deranged.
Right, dance, bitch. Right, yeah. Like, what the fuck was you rapping to him?
I'm glad Kelsey's testimony pretty much took that out of the realm of possibility.
Shit, what did she say? She was like, what about the dance bitch quote that they said? She was like, what? Where did that come from?
That's crazy.
She said, where did that come from?
Yeah.
What did the lawyer said? And I quote, she was like, now where did that come from? That was never even a thing that was apparently said under her. Like you said, under her statement, it appears though that was never even said. I will point out though, because I do got to knock Tory for this one at least. Because I see somebody say this, and this is very true, and I know people who have dealt with the legal system, just friends and family as well. Two things. One, I've said this before in the podcast, and I really want to express this. I'm not a music buff. I don't know the great history of music and all these particular artists. But I will say, I didn't even know Tory Lanez was a father. I mean, I could assume so, but I didn't even know that man was a father. So that's the first thing, because I didn't know that he had a child or more than that one child. But the thing that had me geek was that he brought his child to this court case, and you can't bring children in the courtroom. So he brought this nigga for the walk from the car to the courthouse and then back. That's the only reason he brought this nigga, because you can't have the child in the courtroom. So it's not like the kid was in there just watching the case go down.
Did he not know?
Image is everything.
I don't know. Exactly. That's why I'm pointing it out.
Image is everything. Trust me. When
I think it's the image. That's exactly why I brought it up.
Yeah. I was walking that bitch with a wedding ring.
Can you right?
Wedding ring? The black man glasses.
Quinn, nigga, yeah, listen, nigga like me, I just left, but I don't have one, but I just might bring my diploma and my tassel to that bitch. You know what I'm saying? That just might be the day
you got the cap on.
Cap on, nigga. They got the different tassels.
The shit on the joint on your shoulder, with the
right, man.
Look, they were like, sir, do you have a speaker paid up? Like, yes. They were like, thank you, class of 2016. Oh, my fault. I'm sorry. Wrong speech. Valedictorian. 2016.
I would walk in a courtroom with my whole damn military gear on, nigga. I'm telling you, image is everything. Image is everything.
The Major Payne, the boots, the pants, and the boots,
tucked in the boots. You know what I'm saying? I got all my accolades.
Heels clicked together.
That's hilarious. Well, you gotta make them. You gotta make sure they hear you before they see you with that too. You gotta make sure you got all the medals on and whatnot. They hear your shit jingling before you show up.
Clacking.
They got the purple heart around his chest.
The judge is over there, and this is the case. Nigga, is that a Medal of Honor? Yeah.
So, yes, my fault. Sorry, I got it in Iraq.
Gotta stand up immediately. Hey, no, Jay, because your hands just Jay, what the?
Nah, bro.
Got it in Iraq, sir. You're like, what do you? Yo, if I'm your lawyer, I'm looking at you. What the fuck are you wearing, yo? Like, what are you? Like, yo, that's a nigga. Gonna be like, my fault.
I don't think I've seen Tory do it yet, but I'm waiting for the traditional glasses to be pulled out, man. The reading glasses that everybody's got until that they've been waiting to use until they go to court. The glasses that everybody's got.
The Tupacs, man.
I was saying, as soon as you go to court, damn, hang on, let me get my glasses. I need to read all these things. Let me go get my shit. Let me get my glasses now. Yeah,
the Cartier glasses, yo, the rimless frame, they pull the shit out. Your Honor, you've done nothing but judge me. I always got Your Honor, you've done nothing but judge me today.
It's funny because they have those glasses on just to rip them off and scream accusations. That's the only reason why they bring them fucking glasses.
They see perfectly clear. They see perfectly clear.
No prescription. None of that. Nothing.
Don't let me be the judge. I'm the nigga that bring up all your vitals. I'm like, nigga, you got 2020. Take them shits off, yo.
I don't have any papers here about you needing visual impairment. Why you ain't glasses?
Hey, niggas like, we seen your last pharmacy visit. You don't have prescriptions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Nigga, what's your RX number, nigga? Stop playing, yo. Let me see your driver's license, yo.
Just the disrespect, but we said it again at the beginning of the case, and I'll reiterate it now after covering the topic again. May justice be doled out accordingly. If he shot her, serve that. If she lied, please don't let that go under the rug. That's all I'm at. That's really all I'm at. At least that bare minimum.
Just leave it fair for
at least that. At least the bare minimum. If he shot her, he's got to go to jail. But if she lied, don't just shrug the shit off. That's all I'm asking. Don't just. Well, damn. Guess he didn't do it. Move on. Don't do that. So, speaking of these people, when I say these people, I'm talking about rich people. Also, I do want to say, because it'll lead into this next question as well. I want people to really take this case that we just covered and really think about the fact that if you took the names off of who they are and the money out of who they are,
nothing.
Boy, that's some ratchet ass behavior going on. What the hell? Don't necessarily just because you got a lot of money and a lot of status, don't necessarily mean you are a better person or of higher class. Maybe socioeconomically, yes, of course, higher class, but not class as in like a moral sense. Cause what the fuck? This is some real ghetto ass shit. It's crazy right now.
Shit.
Like, what the fuck?
Gotta move better, yo. Gotta move better. That shit goofy.
What the fuck is going on?
That shit real goofy.
Y'all niggas supposed to have the power of both resources and shit.
Another thing that came to light in this case, I just want to say this too. This came across my mind when I was looking at all the info.
Yeah.
Meg is the epitome of a modern woman. She can't cook. They said she made nachos for the entire house. And the court made it a point to say that nobody ate the nachos. They said nobody touched them. They
said, Your Honor, nobody wanted that. Nobody ate the nachos.
You know how bad of a cook you gotta be for a house of all drunk people. And
to look at your food and be like,
everybody's drunk and nobody takes a bite. Yeah, I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a good point. Everybody drunk, damn near anything look like a good meal under that influence. So for them to be like, I'm good, that's kind of crazy.
Say, Your Honor, I knew they were gonna be bad when I had the nacho in my hand and she said nacho cheese and took it back. I knew it was gonna be bad after that.
Damn, man. It's just hearing stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't do enough justice, you know what I'm saying? Because me first, you know what I'm saying, I've had a couple drinks, you know what I'm saying? I've been to the point where I done spent $20 on an 8-piece wings, you know what I'm saying, in the club. You know when you're drunk, you gonna make sure you get good eats, you know what I'm saying?
$20 8-piece
in
wings?
Magic City.
Club wings.
I'm big on wings, yo.
That bitch be hitting, you know what I'm
saying? I'm big on wings.
Them club wings, okay.
They about
club wings.
Average size.
It had to have been. They wasn't whole wings. I don't know.
It was a club wing.
No, it was a whole. Hell, no.
It was lemon peppers.
I got it.
But speaking of the socioeconomic status, of course, I want to know from you guys, what is the stupidest, most ridiculous thing you would spend money on if you were rich? What is one of the most ridiculous, bombastic, just nigga, what kind of purchases you would make if you were rich? An example of something like this, I want to shout out Rick Ross. Bought a plane engine and turned it into a table. I don't know.
That shit was real ignorant. Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I will admit it looks cool because it's not like the table is the engine. The engine's in like a glass, you know what I'm saying, in a glass container, and it's a table, so it look cool. But it's just one of those things where it's like I've never even thought of doing something like that.
That's how you know you bored, my nigga.
That's what I'm saying. When you got that kind of money, it's just like
you just start running out of ideas.
Niggas be like, "Oh, you bum ass nigga, you ain't got no money, you don't know." No, nigga, you just bored. I mean, that's boredom.
Yeah,
what's something y'all would like?
I'm a simple man. I'm not gonna do anything bombastic, so I'll say this: I'll probably trick out a car. It'd either be a tricked out car with the I had stars on the top and everything. I'll probably do something like that, or a grill.
Grill.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nigga and I got that bag. I'm definitely getting a fucking like a building, maybe a statue across from it, maybe on top of it. You know what I'm saying? But that building's gonna have a big ass screen, you know what I'm saying, of just me and just hella fits, you know what I'm saying? Nothing but drip on that bitch, you know what I'm saying? Just a bunch of rotating pictures, you know what I'm saying? Of
he said irresponsible buying property is not irresponsible. You know what I'm saying? You can do a lot.
No. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's just a building. There's not going to be any workers. It's straight.
It's just his building.
Structure. It's the most irresponsible thing I could build.
This is gonna be an empty building.
You walk in, it's empty from the bottom up, nigga. It's just nothing.
It ain't even no doors, nigga.
Oh my goodness!
It's just his building. Hey, yeah.
Nigga.
The local thugs is hiding bodies in the walls.
Right.
I'm not personally, you know what I'm saying? I do enjoy cinema. I am definitely a nerd when it comes to this kind of thing. So I gotta go with a fully functioning Black Panther suit. I gotta spend whatever I gotta spend on.
Gonna say a theater. What the fuck?
Fully functioning. This nigga said fully
functioning.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
To do what?
Oh no! I need the kinetic energy joint he got where you take all that damage and repulse it back. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need the claws. I'm gonna need them too. I'm gonna need the. It can be a more robotic kind of a suit. You know what I'm saying?
Damn vigilante.
Last episode, y'all remember last episode? We asked, you know, what I'm saying, what crime would niggas get locked up for? He's upset when niggas say he would kill somebody. So you mean tell me you walk in this nigga house and he's perched up like Spider-Man with one hand in a Black Panther suit with his claws out on top of the couch, perched up. No, what you doing? Oh hey, bro.
I would be doing good by niggas, funny. Bro. Why? No, see, because niggas make it sound crazy. Like I'm gonna just be in the kitchen wearing the shit.
It does sound crazy. You probably wouldn't be in the kitchen drinking orange juice with that shit.
I'm gonna be helping people to the car with groceries, man. I'm gonna go ahead and stop up traffic jams. I'm gonna save children from burning buildings, all that kind of stuff, man.
This nigga Quinn gonna do some shit.
This nigga gonna jog out of breath. Hey, don't do that. And jog away in a suit.
It's funny, bro, that y'all even mention that because I'm trying to imagine Quinn in that suit, bro. He's gonna look like them niggas Sector or whatever from Mortal Kombat with the dreads sticking out.
You have a hole for the dreads in the back. It's crazy. You got the dreads coming out the back.
Hang on, Wakanda, bro. Hang on, that's more Wakanda than Black Panther for real. I ain't gonna lie, that's more Wakanda than Black Panther. Got the opening for the dreads. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Look at Black man culturalizing the Black culture. Goddamn, that's more Black Panther. Dreads is more Black Panther than fucking Wakanda.
Bro.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
The Black Panther suit was made for waves, nigga.
That shit is crazy.
Look, man, I'm gonna be.
Not that.
You got a built-in wave cap.
A built-in wave cap, nigga.
But kind of like the Captain Marvel's kind of shit, man, with the joint coming off the top.
Yo,
it is gonna be hard, bro.
Y'all imagine Quinn doing all this. Y'all imagine him doing all this horrific violence shit, and saving lives as he try to say.
Lives.
Nah, nigga, you ain't gonna be doing that. No, cool. Listen, I'm telling you, I imagine Quinn doing some dumbass shit, like putting that shit on in the morning and then making some fucking waffles, and then when the toaster pop up, he like sing, pop the claws out. And
he's a local camera, bro. He's gonna be
exactly
a camera. This is gonna walk down the block with like a sparked blunt, like, hey, little nigga, in a Black Panther suit.
You gotta think. Hold on. Let me put this into perspective for right quick, bro. Just imagine you see a Black Panther, you know what I'm saying, just walking down your streets, you know what I'm saying, full suit with the dreads sticking out, you know what I'm saying. He got a bow and arrow across his chest. It's only 8 a.m. It's only 8 a.m. That's okay.
Bro, why are y'all thinking I'm about to be walking down the block just slicing throats?
Juan, take this journey with me, Juan. Okay. You sitting at the crossing section. Oh, you done press the button. It's early, 8 a.m. The dew in the air. You done press the button, sitting there waiting. You hear sloppy footsteps coming up behind you, and this nigga come up with
you wouldn't hear any
with a spark blue. You want to hit this? This nigga comes in Black Panther suit. All right, boss, I'm gonna catch you. And he jogs across the car section in a skin tight Black Panther suit. just saying, bro.
The only flaw in that story, Lee, the only flaw in that story right there, you wouldn't hear the footsteps because the Black Panther suit nullifies all that too. So you wouldn't hear it. I'd just be there. I'd just show up.
Niggas are calling the police.
I just know if Quinn is gonna have like that cliche like superhero movie moment, yo. You're gonna be at like in a line at like Chick-fil-A or something like that. Yo, you're gonna be in line Chick-fil-A or something like that, yo. Somebody cut in front of you, you're like, hey man, you can't do that. You're like, man, shut up. Push you aside. You're like, all right, I got something for your ass. You gotta go to the bathroom, quick, gonna come back with it.
No. Hang on, that's a crazy ass scenario.
That's you.
You know the Spider-Man nigga in New York that be on Instagram. He's gonna be in Atlanta. He's basically gonna be that nigga, but in Atlanta. He's not gonna be he's a superhero. He's a nigga. He's gonna be a nigga in a suit.
Bro, I gotta double back to what James said because that's great, bro. That's like some Family Guy shit, bro. Like nigga said, hold on, I got something for you. Come out the bathroom of the establishment, and just whoop this nigga ass in the lobby.
That's crazy.
That's like some Family Guy shit.
That's gonna be chilling in Target trying to have a pleasant day. Oh shit, the nigga Panther again. Oh shit, he's shot.
The nigga Panther. He's got that shit on his clothes. He's always got the shit on under his clothes. Quinn, why are you sweating? We chilling right now.
TTG. I'm TTG. I'm waiting. I'm ready. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy how niggas view. Man, perception is crazy. I gotta go ahead and get out here and change this perception, man. I can't have people thinking I'm just out here. I'd kill people at the nearest convenience. I can't have niggas thinking that I've just been unlucky with the fact that I haven't been able to catch a body yet. But we're good. We'll work on that. What about you, Hefe? I don't believe you said yours just yet. What was
I didn't. Yo, it's funny because I was just like, because I was watching the show the other day. It's one of my favorite shows, and I was telling my girl this because that episode came on the Boondock show. Yo, when Thug Neverson, yo, and he was doing the NTV Crib shit, yo, and nigga had the horror bells, yo. I always wanted that shit going up, yo. I thought that shit was cool as fuck, bro. Nigga, yo, he had to open the door, so he was like, ding. Dong. I was like, hey, yo, that's
have a real motherfucking person actually be the door.
Right.
That's some real shit, nigga. Yo, I would do that, yo. I would fuck all my money up on that.
That's hilarious. That reminds me of that Wayne song with Bobby Valentino. The fact I can only imagine how Wayne reached out to him. Was like, I just need you to hit the. He said, okay, I guess. Is this right? Thank you.
You know, it's funny.
He also said his name.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, yeah, he did. It's funny that you said that, bro, because I'm rethinking like movie things, bro. I would definitely buy a fucking DeLorean, bro. I own some back to the future shit. Yeah, man, I'm gonna be hitting up them parlays. You know what I'm saying?
You know how much a nigga would charge you?
I'm going to be racking up on them parlays.
I'm gonna go buy that shit from the crackhead on the corner, yo. That's gonna be the one day that he the suit that Quinn was supposed to wear to the interview that he wore the Black Panther suit instead. That's gonna be the suit that he picked up from the trash. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna trade him a Sunny D and a pack of Newports for it too. He ain't gonna wear him.
Nah, he gonna be smarter than that.
A pack of Newports.
He gonna be smarter than that, yeah. That's gonna be the day that he know finances.
So here's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that they can't ever give Geeked Up Podcast no type of money because it's gonna be me and the kid in the car going to pick up Javen and ringing his ding dong doorbell. Then we gonna slide over to Quinn's house to pick up a nigga in a Black Panther bodysuit. We all gonna take a trip down to Juan's empty building with a statue out front.
With no door. It's just a building.
I mean, we got a DeLorean. You know what I'm saying? We got a DeLorean.
Okay.
We gonna do burnouts in Juan's parking lot. just doing that.
Burnouts in the parking lot.
Also, Lee, just for dramatic effect, when you pull up on me in the Black Panther suit, go ahead and give me a call. I'm not coming out the door, nigga. I'm just falling from somewhere onto the roof of the car. It's only right that I do that. I can't say where, but I'm coming from somewhere.
I'm coming from somewhere.
On the roof of the car, just boom. Just like the Black Panther be doing, niggas. And be like, yeah, what's up, fellas?
I probably gotta get a shorty with a strong voice. I just thought about that. Cause what if them kids come try ding dong, like, you know, ding dong ditch my shit? Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
See?
Ding, dong, ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong. I'm like, bitch, who the fuck is it? Yo, who the fuck is outside? Yo, like,
bro, niggas making a beat with it. Ding, 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 ding.
She's just gonna stop. She's gonna be like, ding, ding, Javen. She's gonna be like, damn, come get this door, nigga.
Niggas is playing with you, man. But that is another episode of the Geeked Up Podcast, handled by yours truly, the Inside Wolves Entertainment crew. Follow us on all social media, Inside Wolves 1 on on Twitter, Inside Wolves on Instagram. We love to bring great conversations to you guys because we love to have them ourselves amongst us. Shout out to all the viewers. Shout out to all the listeners. Like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever media it is you listening on. Boy. And we are out.
For more Inside Wolf content, make sure to subscribe and make sure to hit that link tree in our bio to bring you to all our platforms. Let's get it.